What if the most advanced bomber ever built is not actually invisible? What if it's just engineered so precisely that it becomes almost impossible to track in time? The B-2 Spirit is often called a ghost in the sky, a machine that can appear anywhere in the world without warning and disappear before anyone fully understands what happened. Invisible, unstoppable, untouchable. But the real story is far more interesting. The truth is, the B-2 is not invisible. It never was. It is the result of decades of engineering focused on one single goal: controlling detection. Not eliminating it completely, but reducing it so much that by the time an enemy realizes what's happening, the mission is already complete. This is part 1 of a 10-part series on the B-2 Spirit. We will break down how it really works, from stealth physics to real-world operations. If you want to understand not just what it does, but how and why it works, subscribe now so you don't miss the next parts. Let's start with the problem. Why was the B-2 built in the first place? Modern air defense systems are terrifyingly advanced. Radar networks, infrared tracking, electronic intelligence, layered defense strategies, all designed to detect and destroy incoming aircraft long before they reach their targets. Traditional aircraft deal with this in predictable ways: fly faster, fly higher, use electronic countermeasures, escort fighters, jamming systems, long-range weapons to stay outside dangerous zones. But all these approaches share one fatal limitation: they assume detection is inevitable. The B-2 takes a completely different approach. Instead of trying to survive after being detected, it is designed to delay detection for as long as possible. That single shift in thinking changes everything. Here's what most people get wrong about stealth. Stealth is not invisibility. It is about probability. Every detection system has limits: distance, angle, weather, the shape of the target. The B-2 is engineered to exploit every single one of those limits. Let's start with radar. Radar is still the primary tool for finding aircraft. It sends out electromagnetic waves and listens for echoes. When those waves hit an object, some energy bounces back. The strength and timing of that echo tell the system distance, size, and direction. Most aircraft are like mirrors. They reflect radar energy directly back to the source. That makes them incredibly easy to detect, especially from far away. The B-2 was designed to break that mirror. First, shape. Unlike conventional planes, the B-2 has no vertical stabilizers, no protruding structures that scream, "Here I am." It's a smooth flying wing. Every angle, every curve is carefully controlled. When radar waves hit its surface, they scatter in multiple directions, not straight back. The returning signal becomes incredibly weak, so weak that it can get lost in background noise or mistaken for something else. At long range, the B-2 becomes extremely difficult to detect. But shape alone is not enough. Second, materials. The B-2 uses specialized coatings that absorb radar energy instead of reflecting it. They convert electromagnetic waves into tiny amounts of heat. This further reduces whatever signal might return to the radar. But here's the catch. These are not simple paint jobs. They are complex, sensitive, and require constant maintenance. That's one reason the B-2 is so expensive to operate. One flight hour costs roughly $150,000. Maintaining stealth is not a one-time design feature. It's an ongoing battle. Now consider heat. Jet engines get extremely hot. Modern infrared sensors can detect that heat from dozens of kilometers away. So even if radar can't see the B-2, heat might. How does the B-2 hide its temperature? Its engines are buried deep inside the wing structure. The hot exhaust is mixed with cool air and spread over a wide area. By the time it leaves the aircraft, the temperature is significantly lower. Not invisible, but detectable from much shorter range. Another factor, altitude. The B-2 flies high where the atmosphere is thin. Detection systems have to scan enormous volumes of space. Distance is the stealth pilot's best friend. The farther you are, the weaker any return signal becomes. By combining low observability with distance, the B-2 pushes detection ranges down to the absolute minimum. But the most important aspect is not any single feature. It's how all of them work together. Stealth is not just design, it's how you use the aircraft. Every B-2 mission is planned with obsessive detail. Flight paths are chosen based on known radar coverage, terrain, and weather. Electronic warfare support can be added to create even more confusion. Timing, altitude, speed, all adjusted to minimize exposure. And here's the part that changes everything. The B-2 never operates alone. It is part of a larger network. Satellites, intelligence systems, other aircraft. Information flows in real time. The goal is to create the best possible conditions before the B-2 even enters dangerous airspace. Let me be absolutely clear. The B-2 can be detected. There are radars that use different frequencies. Some are more effective against stealth. There are passive detection methods that don't even emit signals. But here's the distinction that 99% of people miss. Detection is not tracking. Tracking is not engagement. Each step takes time. Each step requires accuracy. The B-2's advantage is that it compresses the timeline. By the time an enemy system detects something unusual, identifies it as a threat, and attempts to respond, the B-2 may already be done and gone. This is why stealth changes the nature of air warfare. It's not about avoiding detection forever. It's about controlling when and how detection happens. It shifts the balance from reaction to initiative. The B-2 was born during the Cold War. Heavily defended airspace was a nightmare for conventional bombers. Penetrating advanced air defense networks without being intercepted seemed almost impossible. The B-2 provided a radical solution. Not speed, not overwhelming force, but precision and subtlety. It can carry both conventional and strategic weapons. That makes it incredibly flexible. Targeted strikes, large-scale operations, you name it. Its range is enormous. It can take off from Missouri, strike a target halfway around the world, and return without refueling. One of the most overlooked features is endurance. Missions can last more than 30 hours. Pilots operate in shifts. They manage the aircraft and the mission over an entire day and night. That level of endurance allows the B-2 to hit targets that no other aircraft could even reach. But let's be honest, the B-2 has limits. Its stealth characteristics depend on perfect maintenance and clean weather. Rain can degrade its radar-absorbent coating. Its cost is astronomical, over $2 billion per plane. Only 20 were ever built. And detection technology keeps improving. New radars, new algorithms, artificial intelligence. Every year, the assumptions that defined the B-2's design get challenged. This is the continuous cycle of stealth and detection. Radar improves, stealth adapts. Stealth advances, radar evolves. There is no final victory, only constant competition. Understanding the B-2 requires looking beyond simple labels. It's not invisible, it's not unstoppable. It is a highly specialized tool for very specific scenarios. Its effectiveness depends on how it's used, the environment, and the systems it faces. In many ways, the B-2 represents a fundamental shift in how we think about aircraft. It is not just a platform for delivering weapons. It is a system for managing information, controlling detection, shaping the conditions of engagement. That's why it remains relevant even as new technologies emerge. The principles behind its design influence every modern stealth aircraft. The idea of reducing visibility, rather than just surviving after being seen, has become central to military aviation. In part 2 of this series, we will go much deeper. We will break down how radar cross-section is actually measured, how different frequencies interact with stealth surfaces, and why some radar systems are far more dangerous to the B-2 than others. We will also explore the real limitations of stealth, the conditions under which even the B-2 becomes visible. Understanding these factors is the only way to see the full picture. If you want to follow the entire series and build a complete understanding of how stealth really works, subscribe now. Each part will add another layer, from basic physics to advanced tactics. Because once you truly understand detection, you realize that stealth is not about disappearing. It is about controlling perception, shaping information, staying one step ahead in a system where timing is everything. The B-2 does not rely on being unseen. It relies on being misunderstood, misidentified, noticed too late to matter. And that is what makes it one of the most powerful aircraft ever built.